Earth, fire, air, water. Hello there and welcome back. If you were here before, but if you're new, then hi. I'm Olivia and I make stuff, but today I have a special guest with me. Today I have a special guest with me, my sister.
Hello.
Let's get a round of applause. If you don't know my sister, well, go check out these other videos somewhere. I don't know. She's made appearances in a couple, but today we're here for a special holiday edition, Halloween. Because the fact is, when you're a seamstress and you create things, people are gonna want to ask you to make stuff for them.
Yeah.
Especially Halloween costumes. So I'm agreeing to make my good old pal here a Halloween costume in trades that she tries to help me along.
Yeah.
So I'm curious as to just like what you think is like how
to do it?
Yeah, like
I don't know.
Do you have
just,
any
like, cut them out and then sew them together?
Okay, so we're gonna show you all the items we bought. We've been going to the thrift store the past couple weeks on half off Saturday, of course, to get all elements we need for her Legend of Korra costume! Woo! Show her the photo. Yeah, so Jill has the perfect hair and we both love Legend of Korra and The Last Airbender, so we thought it'd be fitting. So, first thing we got. Shall you describe?
We got some pants, and they're just pants. We have two pants. See, these are the other pants, and those are those pants. And they're both pretty similar, but we'll just see which one we'll use at the end because we don't have to alter these anyway. They're already good to go.
Yeah, because I figured why make a pair of pants when you can just, you know, buy one.
Yeah.
And then we got this thing. It's a navy skirt.
Yep.
And this is going to be part of Korra's skirt.
Yep.
And then we got this other like faux suede brown skirt. That's going to be Korra's skirt. And then we got this abominable snowman suit. And I thought it'd be perfect for the trim
That goes around your skirt.
Yeah, that goes around your skirt.
And this is fabric that we just happened to have. My mom had bought in it. And this was like the perfect color for Korra's shirt.
And then last up we have one of my old base layers for playing softball, and we're gonna use that as the arm cuffs because I thought it'd be perfect just to hack it.
And we got some boots.
Oh yeah, these are my mom's boots.
Yeah, they're perfect for the costume. I didn't really ask, but
no, but she will let us use them anyways. So yeah.
And I'm hand making the belt buckle for Korra too.
That's what Jill's doing. I'm making the rest.
Yeah. I got the belt buckle.
Oh yeah, and by the way, we're twins.
If you can't tell.
Yeah. But fraternal twins.
Yeah, we don't look like.
But we womb mates though.
Good. I don't know.
You said No, you said
That's what I meant.
Okay, so my plan for this Korra shirt is to just do the seam lines to the edge on the sides and to make it the top one thing. And then I'm going to just add bias tape and like just sew it right on to make that little white design there. And I think that would be an easier way into trying to make it like separate pieces. Okay, so here I just drew out these shapes of the pattern pieces that I'm going to need to get a better visual of the curvature of them. and I'm going to add a collar at the top later on the shirt. And the next thing I need to do is to drape this on my sister. I'm gonna use some tape to mark you up like a dress form. Are you ready for the best part? Ow. Oh, should I just do like Band-Aid?
Yeah, just get it off.
Oh my gosh. The next thing I do is use the pieces that I drafted as a pattern and tracing it onto some more scrap fabric. I'm adding some seam allowance and then I'm going to sew them all together and try them on my sister. Here's what it looks like when it's all cut out. You can see the curvature of the pieces. I cut the back in half so I could have the zipper in the back. Get in the shirt. Get in the shirt. G, get in the shirt. Get in the shirt. G, try this hoe on and we'll see what the deal is. If it actually fits, it's probably gonna need a few adjustments. Get in the shirt.
Get off my head.
I then took a mental note on what to change to make the garment fit her better, just to take a few things in here and there to fit the curves of her body the best as possible. Can you bend? If you don't know how to annoy your sister, are they really your sister though? I then worked on taking apart the mock-up and using those pieces as pattern pieces to cut out from my real fabric. The only thing I did different was add some length because the mock-up was a little bit short, and I added some length to the back so I'd have room to put in the zipper because it ended up being kind of tight on my sister once I took all the seams in essentially. You know, there was something that's been on my mind, and I just want to take a moment to say, and to tell anyone who's watching this, to trust whatever journey you're on, because that's something that I feel like I've been struggling with lately, is I'm not really trusting, like, the journey, my process, and I get, like, second guesses, but that's just, it's not good. It's not healthy, it's not even true, and I need to remind myself to trust the journey that I'm on. And so I figured maybe some of you guys might feel the same way in whatever point you're at in life, and that all of them are beautiful and all of them are necessary for your life. And yeah, it's a cool thing. So trust your process and think positive thoughts. I believe in you, and you should believe in yourself too. And I should believe in myself more too. It's always like that, isn't it? Anyways, let's get back to sewing, shall we? Okay, so now it's time for me to put this bias tape along the edges. I'm thinking I could just sandwich it on the edge and whoosh, the bias tape on there. So yeah, wish me luck. Okay, now I'm gonna figure out the collar situation. I think I'm gonna add a turtleneck and then cut the V and then bias all that together. So let's do that. Oh, okay. I measured the length and height the collar has to be on my sister's neck, and then I cut out a piece accordingly from the fabric. I fused it with some heat and bond because I actually didn't have any interfacing at the time, but it turned out pretty good and it gave it some structure. So then I've sewed it right sides together to my Korra shirt. And on the next day, I worked on the Korra shirt. I find myself measuring how deep I wanted the V-neck. At least, that's what Alas calls it, a V-neck. And then I lined it with the white bias tape and added a diagonal design in Korra's shirt. And I don't know why I talked like that or had that accent, but anyways, that's what I did. After that, I worked on putting in the zipper, but I also noticed when we tried it on my sister, there was this weird gap in the back of the armhole. Zipper's in, gonna finish off the top and the bottom, and I'm gonna fix, it would be done, but then I'm gonna fix the gapingness of the hole. I'm gonna make the hole tighter. Bruh. Oh, I'm gonna cinch in the arm hole. Wow. Ooh, okay. Anyways, you get the gist. Here I am finishing off the top and the bottom with the white bias tape, and after that, I am done with this shirt. Woo! Oh, I'm finally done. This took me like 2 whole days. Most of today was fixing the gap on the shoulders in the back. I started off by making Korra's underskirt, which is a navy kind of V-shaped skirt. So I used the one we got from the thrift store and I had to take it in a bunch. So I'm actually using the front as the back because it looked better because there was no pleats. And then after that, I cut it into a V triangle shape and sewed that all down and gave it all a nice hem. Alrighty, here is the underskirt. Only like this much of it shows on our actual costume, and so I'm glad it only really took me like 10 to 15 minutes. Oh my god, should we cosplay Desna and Eska?
Dude.
Dibs on Eska.
Well, dibs on Desna.
I then started by making Korra's brown skirt with the fur. Should have had them upper bottom jeans, skirt with the... yeah. Anyways, I took a couple measurements on how long and how short and how wide around it has to be, and then I used that to draw out the shape on a scrap piece of fabric, which was the same triangle shape in the front and the back. And then I sewed that together and tried it on my sister. After I made a couple adjustments to the mock-up to make sure it fit perfectly, I took that apart and used that as a pattern to transfer onto the actual fabric that we're using for this. When I hemmed the top, I also added little strips of small bias tape to use as ties for the skirt. Alrighty, now for the painstaking task of brushing this bad boy. Yay. And for the fur, I just cut it into strips that are about 2.5-ish inches wide and as long to go from one side to the back of the V. And my plan is to just sew them on like a sandwich all around the edge. I sewed the corners right sides together, then flipped it out to create a little casing for the front edge of the skirt. It looks good, but at what cost? Bright and early morning. We're gonna finish this costume. Woo! And we're starting off this day by making the little straps to go around the boots. What I'm doing is just taking the fabric that we use for the skirt and cutting out various strips, measuring how long it has to be around the boots. I then add some little Velcro squares on each side of the bootstraps, and that's it for this thing. I also overlocked all the edges because this fabric did fray. Now I'm taking the pair of pants that we didn't decide to use and using that as fabric for the belt of Korra's outfit. I first measured how wide and how long to make it on my sister, and I cut out a rectangle from there and sewed it together at one side, and that's going to be the back. I also added a little bit of elastic to make it cinch in the back so it looks like it is ruched. I then put a couple pleats in the open sides of the belt and then hand sewed some hook and eye closures to it so she could hook it around herself in the front. I also added side seams after trying it on her because it needed to be more of a trapezoid shape instead of a rectangle. Alrighty cowboys, we're almost done here and I'm doing the arms now. I just cut off the existing sleeves from my base layer that I'm using and I took it in along the sides to make it really tight around my arm and my sister's arm, which is almost the same, but I have slightly more muscle than her. Just wanted to let everyone know. I then unpicked a little bit of the already existing seam that was in the sleeve. And this is for the thumb to go through, so you could wear it above the thumb, kind of like fingerless gloves, which are absolutely useless. Why do those even exist? I don't know. And now I'm adding a small little cuff at the top of the arm sleeves, and I do this by cutting out a rectangle from the body of the shirt, sew it into a tubular formation, fold it in half, and then sew it right sides together onto the sleeve. So that leaves us one last thing, which is the little bands that just decorate outside here. I did this by first measuring around my forearm and then cutting out a rectangle that is that length and the width of about 5 or 6 inches. I don't really remember, but it looks like that. And then I added 3 good pleats in there, sewed those down, and then sewed Velcro to both sides and called it a day. I'm done. Woo! Are you ready for the reveal? She is fused with the evil Unalak. Can Korra defeat her?
She saw her opportunity and just stuck it in me.
I'm hemming it!
She's hemming it!
Okay. It's for comedic effect. You're so weird. I do it for my subscribers. Babe, when are you gonna make me my costume? Bless you, Dad. I have the tripod over my dog, she doesn't even care. Okay, striped jacket going on.
Don't record this. Stop it.
So that I could keep them all in skirts.
Sorry.
Jill's thing. You didn't get the memo?
No.
I didn't telepath that message to you.